I said Mikado. Mikito. Alright, so the one thing I really hate is when we play these Moyo moves, or these influential moves, and then we take territory. It's got to be the most annoying thing to me ever. If you're gonna play this move, follow it up, please. Just follow it up. If your opponent plays like this, you can actually just play like here. And this is slightly good for you for white, maybe a point or so, but you kind of made the point, you know. I'm getting territory here, type of thing. I also suggest maybe playing here too, right? Go for something big, and then be as aggressive because you're playing for influence. But when you take territory like this, I'm annoyed. Right? You're defending. You're playing the wrong tactic. I would prefer you to play here, or play something up here. But I know AI wise, it's probably fine. Doesn't actually matter. I'd pincer here. White made this exchange. Doesn't make sense to me. Oh. Yeah, I think you have to play here. Just out of respect for white's shape. White can play here, or white can bump. You go down. We don't actually have to fix it. If I place this, we can come back and play here and go for 4 corners, which I recommend. Play for 4 corners and then just reduce the center. White actually has a few weak shapes, so like here, there's a low shape here we can attach to, we can reduce. With this move, depending which way white blocks, we also have start points, we have a shape point here. So the center really isn't manageable for white after giving you kind of like large corners. With this move, I think we also give our opponent a chance to kind of attack us here. You go for the corner. I guess that's okay. Oh, white gets a really good attack here. Well, you kind of put yourself in that position by the 3-3. Extend. Yeah. You could just have avoided this if you just take this. So really the problematic move is your R12. It's too early. We need to protect our group, or we need to come out and attack the 2 stones. Right, we need to do one of these options. We can't really focus on the right side. It's not big enough. Especially, even if you jump in now, even here, right? Either way you go. Actually, I don't know. I think we just play here. So yeah, you get this wall, but the cost is like white has a living group, and your group appears doing a little bit of a what? What am I doing here? I'm in limbo. I have no eyes. My base is actually undercut on both sides. Alright, so we pushed through. We actually got out. Kind of. I would have preferred you to turn first and then come back. At least this way, there's a real possibility of attacking this group with two vital points, especially if you're able to come back and surround with this move first. So, for example, if white stops you, then you can come back here first, and if they play something like 6, we can drop down. It's getting a little late, sorry. But we live in the corner. This is fine. Attach. This is a good move, especially when our opponent has kind of like a weak wall here. There's a bunch of cutting points. Okay. I'm not sure you actually need that. I guess I would be worried. Oops, wrong button. Connect, drop down, then here, and then attach. Maybe this is too good for white. Generally speaking. Maybe we can actually play like this first. If white gives us a ko, that's great, right? If they try to kill us, then we have some attachments we can attach out first. But it looks like you're dead to me. Yeah, but if you can live like this, I would play here to make a ko. Of course, the opponent can play something like this. If we play this tiger's mouth, we're not exactly alive. I guess like that we are, but peep, block, extend, and alive. Okay, maybe this is good for black. Or I'm missing something really bad. I think white can just play here, right? So now when we come out, there's actually no way to make two eyes here. So if you play here, white will play this, and then you're not making enough lines to make shape. You can probably play this move. But white's thick enough to play like this. So white should be able to kill you with a peep. Honey, and then ko. Kind of figured. Yeah, that's definitely not a good ko threat. We definitely can't play this move. If you really want to play ko threat, we need to play something over here. Or even, I wonder if we can play here. Wait, let's jump out. We can play here, but then the empty triangle. So in that case, we have to cut directly anyways. And then we actually didn't get very much. So making this ko wasn't very good. I guess you're worried about this, but connecting is probably your best bet. Even if your opponent is able to kill you. Just because the outside Aji is going to be more important than actually losing the ko. So far the game feels good for white, even though all the territory is kind of like in black's favor. So in terms of points, we have kind of like this box here for white. And then maybe something here. I'd imagine we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So about 42 points here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and say 6 here. So white has about 55 points in total. Okay, we're attacking. And white's just trying to make some moves, so this is good. Maybe we can actually just play here. I don't think either way white plays the Atari, right? Once we're like this, I think you can just kill the group. I don't think white will be able to come out here. Even if white does something like this, you have the liberty advantage, so white needs to protect. So we'll play here. And then what do we do? I think we can probably just block. And we have more liberties. It looks like it's close because white can get an eye, but I think like this, we have the outside liberty, and that might become a ko. It's probably not worth it. I feel like you kind of let white kind of just go through here. Hi, Brawler. Hi, Brawler's domain. I think we let white get away with too much in the area here. Lots of Ataris. Yeah. In this case, maybe you can just play here. White Hanes, they need to play this first. We connect here, extend. And then white's already alive, but when we have this wall and this group is protected, then we can attack the 3 stones here. Alright. So what actually happened here? Tari, we took the stone. Yeah? Oh. Oh no. Let me read this. So we took the... Oh boy. This looks like white is going to kill everything. Actually... Okay, yeah. No, white took. That's fine. Now white's alive. Yeah. This is definitely not the right move. At this point, I'm going to say white's ahead here. And after this sequence... hey man. There's a lot of things I don't know. Even though I'm a self-proclaimed 5 Dan. I hit 8 Dan, but you know, there's a lot of things I still don't know. And most of the things I do know are AI related, so my Go knowledge in terms of basic principles still can be expanded upon. But this kind of sequence, when we allow white to gain a ko in our area, it's considered a flower ko, and especially afterwards when you're not defending the weak group. This group here, it's weak. It doesn't have a base, right? So if we just play nonchalantly here and white just extends here, now we need to protect this group. Although you do have a point here that white is being surrounded. But when white jumps out, they're defending, right? So, as I said earlier, we have to defend our group too. So what you do, but white can jump out again. We still need to come back and fix our shape. Of course, white can also just fix their shape first. So something like this, or down and then out. That way you're forced to kind of just run this direction with this group too. So I guess in this sense, we would be able to reduce white's left side, but at the same time, the bottom side here is going to become flat. So we won't have potential in this kind of a fight. White plays here directly. We have more important group to save. We should either attach or play here to live. This is super important. Maybe. But, like, my intuition is, like, black's group looks very killable. Even, you know, white has half an eye here. White has an eye here. So, it will probably come down to, like, eye versus eye capturing race if white tries to kill the black group here. But, with something like this, if I just push, you have no leverage. Maybe we can do this, but like this, we're not in a position to allow white to connect out, so we lose our stones like this. Let's see, is there another way we can do this? If we block directly, we can't kill, so getting cut is pretty bad. I'm assuming you Hane. Yep. Can I play here as white? I'm asking if you're going to give me your big group. Essentially, this group will come under attack, but I'll gladly eat these stones. It's unfortunate that white let you play this move, though. This move is really helpful, which is really nice. White cut. White's trying to cut more. White got a stone. You played table shape, capturing one stone. That's really nice. I wonder if there's something you can do here. Can you cut white? No, you're fine. So in this case, I'm trying to read through it, but I'm wondering if you can get away with this. So if white tries to capture here, it looks like this block works. But this is Sente. If white allows you to come out, then you've successfully cut white, except for white's actually going to be able to kill these stones. So we can't play that way, unfortunately. Yeah, go ahead. You can ask. That's fine. But it looks like you actually had a wonderful attack here. But then we gave white a way out. So white plays here, defends the attack here. So essentially, black would like to play this, but white will be able to capture the two stones with a snapback. So this is nice. This is slow. White's already alive in the corner. And I want to say you kind of have you should focus on attacking this group here. It's not fully alive. At the same time, I guess I understand your basis, like you're trying to attack white's group here, but I think white has many ways of playing here. Of living. I think we should focus on making points. And in terms of points, probably can get away with cutting white off here. Extend like this and then cut. So if they try to cut you, we can give up the stones. They can't play this way, so they'll play here. How am I able to play more than one game a day when the games are that long and tiring? Depends on the time settings. So the stronger you get, the easier the games become. But at the same time, like there's a lot of variation that goes into it, just like in chess. No one's an AI, so they can't play the game perfectly. And people make mistakes. So because of those mistakes, it makes the games interesting and just playable in general. So I enjoy learning from my own mistakes and just continuing to, grind those games out to learn more. This corner sequence, I can't really remember, but this is something you should definitely look into. We can actually give up if we leave the Aji here, right? When we come back, we can actually just capture this whole area, right? We have a box of our own with territory here and here. The only issue is white's got a lot of points on the left side, so I think this is kind of like a tough game in general for you. Okay, so white Hanate, and then made I shape. Tari, fine. I like both exchanges here, and white goes for a ko. You're right. I do. I do enjoy beating up my opponents when they make mistakes. That's I love it. Although today I got beat up, so I'm not loving today. But yeah. All right, this ko is legitimate. Although black actually, this is kind of a no risk go for black. Just like at any point, you can just connect. You can just connect here and allow white to make eye shape. No reason to continue this fight. Oh, Bias is addressing Brawler. Yeah, I really recommend what Bias says. There is a proverb for beginners losing their first 100 games. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, you were going for the cut anyways. As white, you should definitely play here. Right? No reason not to play this way. If you're worried about this, actually, are you alive as white? Alright, your Hane's valid. Yeah, that makes sense. You gotta live. As black, though, I think we can get away with this. If white's not 100% alive, then we gotta do that. Is there a way for white to... I think white has to play here to live. Yeah, white has to play there to live. I think if you defend the corner first before you go anywhere, so for example, if your opponent now plays this, you can cut. So if they play this, right, and we're able to play here, can white make two eyes is the question, and I think they can. Yeah, I think they can with the one space jump. So I'm wrong here. There's no need to try to play that way. I think this is correct. But in terms of point, I think white's still ahead, especially if white has Komi. So the proverb, lose 100 games a day, we need to actually not only just lose 100 games, but we also need to review those games. We need to learn from them. It's not like play and then we all of a sudden become better. We actually need to learn from our mistakes. Okay, so we're playing some endgame here. Let's do a quick count. So after protecting here, in terms of points, white has this here, an eye here, and points here, and then potentially points here. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm gonna cheat. It's a lot of points to count. It definitely feels like white's ahead. Yeah. Do you have any specific questions about this game? Because in terms of falling behind, it really happened in the opening here. And we kind of, missed our chance when we died on the left in the ko. The ko was, like, tremendously bad. And over here, too, when we let our opponent take... you kind of just live here. Oh, look at that. AI seems to think you can actually kill this. So in terms of losing, we also lose our stones here. But this also happened because we kind of fallen into the trap of not protecting the stones up here. Like, I'd argue, like, just taking the stones now is very valuable. But at the same time, you can also turn, right? So if white protects, AI thinks we can play this way. So the three main mistakes that actually lost you the game, Mikito, is... Let me turn off AI. I don't need it. is really kind of like how you set yourself in the opening. So we played this move, and we're going to play for influence. That's what this move says. Then after we play a Joseki that says, I've got territory, but we're still playing for influence. If you kind of just have to pick one or the other. You can't really play for both. It's good to have the top right corner like that, but I think we can go ahead and just invade directly. Brawler, just think about it like in chess, right? Like if you can pump out chess games, you can pump out 9x9 games with and go. They take about the same amount of time. So we take the territory, right? And then our opponent approaches, and then we Tanuki. We don't need to answer this position. We can go back and take more territory, or if you're really keen to it, you can play this move. So that's one way to play here. The other way is we just don't make the too high Shamari. And then here, playing a pincer is ideal. So if your opponent plays like this is good for you. We just make shape, and then voila. We can connect here too. Just be careful. White's more than likely to play something like this. That's why I recommend we play here first, and then we just allow white to connect. Like this, we're gaining territory, right? So we're not betraying the idea of the bottom right corner. And we've used our 016 stone effectively. We reduced white's topside group, and we made these little areas for ourselves, right? And like this, we're the ones that are solid territory. So that way, when our opponent builds something big, we can invade. And just show something simple. White defense here. We can take this like this, and then white plays here. Then we can just go ahead and plop a stone and shoulder hit and kind of just reduce white, because we have the territory, white doesn't. But you got yourself in trouble by invading a little too early and also playing R12. So really, the AI says you have a chance to come back, but from my perspective, you kind of set yourself up in the beginning of the game where you took too much territory and didn't defend the top left group and allowed white to gain this massive momentum on the left side, which you kind of let grow out of control. Especially with the shoulder hit. There is always an option of just not invading. So you can play here. This is an option, and you just need to make up the territory difference. In fact, I think playing at E10 is a lot better than dying in Ko on the left, because you played a move on the top side that just doesn't actually kill white, and it doesn't actually give you anything except for a few points on the top side and maybe a safer corner. You guys are still talking? Alright. So that's the end of my review for these